that post-plant scenario. Zeus has a bit of utility of his own. Connector control being taken very swiftly by NaVi.
Yeah, but Scream, he's going to be looking for these headshots, and it's offset by the initial player jumping through his crosshair. He does find one until Edward's able to trade, and if we're talking pistol rounds, we know Edward can be deadly. But Sixer on a flank like this could also find impact of his own if he's not caught out by Simple, who is the only T on long. In fact, it's the A site open for the taking. Sixer already starting to box them in, but because he's fired off, Simple actually doubles back. They're gonna try to get rid of this flank, and they do so with a very strong afterplant now. Flamey pushed up forward, everybody else falling back, and with Zeus giving a little bit of cover here, I think that Flamey's in a real playmaker position. Down to just 3 CTs, make it 2, because Flamey comes into play with a 3K. Holds off the bomb site, big position, and big opportunity for NaVi to...
They're getting away with whatever they want, and here's that sewer aggression up to Sandbag from Simple again, and no one's there. There's no one on the B-bomb side at all, and this is the stack we saw right earlier from EnVyUs towards the connector. Flamey doesn't know how many men are on the other side of that smoke, but he's seen one guy jump up. XMS will go down, continues to fire through, and now the CTs are completely pinned.
Yeah, and Flamey is just going to hold his ground. Oh, my goodness. Straight through the smoke, he pops the noggin of Sixer. 4th man in, 4th man out. 12 rounds for NaVi.
Nice bit of stat padding there. In hand, it looks like they're just throwing anything they've got. Sixer running out, terrible timing. Turns his back, goes down, Simple with 2. Feed me.
Hungry this morning. Hungry for a 4th as well. Nearly finds it through the wall. He's just going to go charging in. Doesn't find that CQC shot.
Bit of a nutmeg there through the legs.
And that's still going to leave EnVyUs 2 versus 4. They have short in their hands, but the problem is where do they go from here?
Always there, and anything's possible in Counter-Strike, as we do have a flank coming in from XMS. They know something's up, though. Just posturing, waiting for the CTs to make a mistake. Zeus is looking that direction, but XMS is going to get a shot off. Pedal backwards.
Zeus has to be careful. He's got XMS pinned into the corner, will finish the frag, but in the meantime, Scream finds Electronic. 1 by 1 they fall. They have 20 seconds left. The bomb's in the open. There's a CT standing behind the vent, so Scream could easily section this off. He's going to hear the footing as well, so he's ready. And he's ready and capable. Happy. With another frag and EnVyUs back on the board. What are we watching? What is this?
And he's going to hear some sound cues. There's a couple of the members from NaVi do make their way down secret, but Flamey is in a position to punish.
1 CT down vent. Sixer still wrapping around. Could very easily be caught by Flamey. There we have it. Now all of a sudden, NaVi, if they wanted to, they could actually burst it back to A, but they will commit an RPK. He stops 2. Simple maintains a man advantage. XMS tries to get into the gunfight. Happy's on the flank, then denied. So XMS to clutch this out, and he's actually crept his way above. He sees Simple. Simple doesn't see him. Takes the first one, takes the second, and it is just Edward. As he upgrades to the AK, a single shot to the face could drop either of these players. It's gonna be the duel towards Decon. He continues in behind him. Edward completely caught off guard. And XMS with a 3K clutch, a 10-second defuse, and an 8th round for Envy.
Huge there from XMS to be able to pull that one off. Showed poise there, showed a bit of trigger discipline. Eventually popped Simple off, jumped in the vent. Second kill is the big one here. Obviously a heads up duel. Flamey was ready and raring. He did know at that point it was coming. And then, you know, just the patience.
Nice.
Either plants the bomb, goes for the money bonus going to the next round, or tries to fake it and draw out a CT so he can get a 1v1 in his favor. But this has been all over the place, and he thinks he wants to go back down that vent. Get to the lower side, get the bomb down there with just under 20 seconds remaining now. They are going to know topside's clear any second and probably be on his tail.
He's going to get the option to play in decontamination if necessary, but Simple's in there. Simple's just going to charge forward for the gunfight, and XMS stops him. Maybe a little ahead of the curve there. Zeus was not in a position to help out whatsoever, and now XMS is going to wrap around. He could finish it, he does! Another clutch from XMS.
They're in play early. Oh, with lots of numbers as well. All 4 members stampeding your word. I'm sorry, I just stole that one from you. Gap in the smoke. That's not what we want.
Ooh. Simple's going to exploit it with a 2K. Corpses lie in the open. Oh, and a third. Come on, Simple. What have you got? He answers the call to action. XMS comes creeping up from the vent, but he's sent packing straight downward. They either have to force back in again or allow for NaVi to close that gap. Build up economy of their own and momentum on a CT side of Nuke. That could be dangerous. Right now, Edward still wants to play on the forefront, wants to get amongst the fray, amidst the action. And on top of Envy, once they decide to make their move, and they've done so, towards that ramp they go. Right into the lying weights of Simple. Headshot to Sixer, no scope to RPK, and another! Again and again. It is just Happy left, nowhere to be found, no bomb, no chance, as NaVi with double digits are bouncing right back. Conserve some cash. Curb their buy. Hold off a little longer. Potentially afford NaVi a 12th round. Fast play from Envy straight towards ramp. Flamey's on the other side, and the utility holds it off.
Yeah, that nade's going to do a lot of damage, but Flamey's going to have 4 Ts coming his way any second now. Spamming down 1, 2. It's going to be 3 and then 4. Easy as that for Flamey. No dramas for NaVi as they now have established an economy. Something I really want to note here, just so people can...
He's finding some impact. He's caught Zeus, and Happy finds another. Single-handedly opening the A site, calling for his teammates to leave. Simple guns him down. Electronic trades back with XMS, and here we have it. The clutch attempt yet again from XMS. He's played fantastically this map. He's got 2 oppers ahead of him, trying to mask the sound of his drop down with a shot. So they know his general position, but not exactly where he's at. He does it again. And with a smoke grenade, oh, Simple straight through it. The timing's all he needs. And that puts NaVi on 14 rounds apiece. It's anybody's game. Through it. Oh, and now Flamey gives him one right back. Off of the pluming smoke, he pops the noggin of Scream, finding the 5 versus 4, denying that gun as well for at least a moment, but RPK still gets his hands on it, and then he finds Simple. Flamey's able to trade, though. They didn't expect RPK to be there. Simple caught off guard. Flamey, however, he could be the nail in the coffin. He's got 3 and 4. Bomb hits the floor, and 6 are now left over in what would be a 2-0 series from NaVi, upsetting versus Envy on their map, and an ace to close it out.
Up ladder, Sticker's able to take him down. 3 on 3.
Hobbit in from Hut. There's Oscar removed. Stico and Rops, though, that's the damage control, right? We just needed a single moment whereby Mousesports could get themselves back into the advantage, and they have done exactly that. But what they haven't done is figured out where Fitch is, and as he walks into the site, he sees the player in the boxes, knows the second's the planter, and it's a 1v1 with Stico and Fitch, and he creeps all the way around, never sees it coming, and that's Gambit's forced by panning out, despite only having those pistols.
Fitch slap, take that early as he wins the 2-on-1 scenario, gets Gambit in contention to get back control of the economy early, and that's the spicy start. That's what we need. That's the flare. These deagle shots, though. The second one, we didn't get to see it. We heard it break the glass, but Chris J didn't even get a chance to stop and shoot. And Fitch rounding it out with the CZ. This is what we're talking about, this map and pistols.
Try to get ahead of this. Again, offset by the movement of Gambit. He will retreat. Rest of the CTs thinking about coming downwards, but in fact, it's a wraparound straight through hell. And Chris J looking to give them hell, but mowed down after 1. Hobbit, in the meantime, can respond towards Hut. The player is very close here and instantly shut down to Stico. Romps doubling back for a fight, and Fitch finds it. 4v2 now. Make it 1. Sunny's all that's left. And he's going to need a little ray of hope in this one, and it's just not there for him. Hobbit with an execution, Gambit with a pistol, and like you said, a little
4-on-5 advantage for Mousesports in the middle of the round.
Hobbit's just keeping his eyes on it. He'd just love for that CT to walk out. He knows he's still in there. With that information, they've realized that they can isolate the other 3 CTs. One of which now spotted in heaven. So there's only 2 players that are unbeknownst to them. Here comes Fitch. We've heard the shots from the scout above. They know that there was a player back towards the garage. Oh, and Fitch opts to go up the ladder, instantly executed by Chris J. He re-peeks and still sees Adrian over there. It's curious to me that Fitch doesn't just try to play outside of Heaven. You know, maybe catch ChrisJ peeking a second time. You could even wrap over towards Garage and try to find that. But in fact, it's Doja with an opening. Sunny takes Adrian down, follows suit with the kill to Hobbit. Now it's Doja 1 versus 3. Finding the first one up close. He is still flashbang, 12 bullets in mag. Here's the movement up close, hits the second headshot. It is just down to Sunny. He's got 3 and 4. If you just want to clash with frags, well, that's going to give Mousesports ample opportunity to shut you down.
Yeah, they'll stand and bang all day. They got just as much firepower as that of the side of Gambit. Oscar's position right now, if he goes up this ladder, he might get a good timing. That means the bomb will drop.
Low HP from Fitch, and he still dishes it out. 12 health for Oscar, but more importantly, the bomb in his possession. Now the question is, how does Rops get there? How does he help his teammate? Because certainly one would assume that with 100 HP nearly, Hobbit should win this duel, unless Oscar hits a zinger of a headshot, and he does!
Damn, that's a huge shot by Oscar there, standing and delivering late. Dozier coming up the ladder, but right into the arms of Oscar, and that's the round for Mousesports. 5 dominant rounds.
You know they have that round loss bonus in full effect, but off the flashbang, they try to push in through Ivy, where ChrisJ has already left. And in fact, they wrap the bomb back towards CT spawn. He sees all these players trickling past him. There's nothing he can do about it. Rops is going to be sent back into the depths of the spawn, and he lines up all 3. Drops the bomb. Easy anti-eco once they get into the right position. Hobbit's gotten himself onto the bomb site, but he's lost the bomb itself. His teammate gunned down. He sees Oscar above, Fitch as well, finding Sunny, but Rops, again, in a crucial moment, catches kills that allow for his team to stay in control of the situation. And it's in that moment that Oscar now tucks tail, wraps all the way back round, and could find Fitch with his back turned. He has no clue where Mousesports has gotten off to.
Such smart play by Rops here to play off the bomb, you know, not contesting this. Because in the 2-on-1 situation, you definitely don't want to give him any of those heads-up duels. Nade rings out, the bomb is picked up. And now Fitch has 2 to find. 40 or 30-ish seconds on the clock. Smoke will go down and bomb fake will happen to potentially draw out a CT, but no one rears their head as Rops stays patient.
He's going to go for another flash, so now he at least knows where somebody's at. Rops going to peek out with the bomb plant coming through, and he denies both the plant.
Guys just have to come in. I know the economy definitely isn't on the side of Gambit, but you're in a dire position. You need some rounds. You need to really get competitive at this point, and you can't just let yourself get run over. As ChrisJ, he shows why he is on that secondary AWP. Easy to pull off. It's one of the hardest to master in the game, but sure, if you can get that in your arsenal, something Gambit really need to pull out here, as Fitch is the only man finding entries. Adren, you know, be the caretaker of Team Mid once more. Got Mo chilling on the C container, throwing out some smokes, and they popped out Pop Dog with an opening from Fitch again.
Oh, but Oscar is just so consistent here. Stops them one after another. The 4th frag and the 5th the way of ChrisJ. The AWPs are unstoppable. Mousesports 14-1. If I'm not mistaken, they had the very same scoreline versus Big on Mirage.
Pack her up, boys. We're going home. That's for sure. This one is a quick one. You're right about the orbs. That from Oscar is dirty, absolutely filthy. Grabbing kill after kill.
Some would say that the pistol can change everything, but can it really?
In this scenario, as much as I want to believe, as much as I want to build the hype for everyone sitting there at home and in the audience, I don't like what we're going to see for Gambit.
If you're not here for the comeback, at least just enjoy what has been a stellar map from Mousesports. And on their opponent's map pick, oh, Oscar, give us another.
Oh. Come on, pick me, he says. Come at me, bro.
Fitch finds ChrisJ on the entry. So after the duo of frags coming in over towards Ivy, it's just going to be that standard B-site hit. Adren tries to get into position, but he can't. It's Doja 1v3. Doja. What do you got for us? A little bit of movement. Tries to get himself behind the oil tankard. Problem is he's got to play quick. Doesn't have the kit, nor does he have the head. It's Oscar.
Sorry, what? That noise now will bellow round in, round out. if Gambit want to climb the mountain that is 14 consecutive rounds. And they've got to come out absolutely swinging. Douche. Making it look too easy, aren't they?
Yeah, way too easy versus the reigning major champions. Minus Zeus. Doja, you know what? He's capable of deagles of his own. So is Adrian, actually. Surely Rops with a trade frag gives them some footing, and Oscar now starting to shut this down. Stomping out the fire before it has any real chance at gaining ground, unless Fitch actually comes in with another one. Doja fires off the deagle. 2 AKs versus the trio of pistols. Here's Oscar again, finding footing. Finding a chance as they fight back, but now Rops on 3 HP. He should offer himself up, create a distraction, allow for Oscar to seal the deal. Maybe he lines them up. He nearly does, but it's Doja with a third. The fourth, no sir. It is Mousesports to win in incredibly convincing fashion.